Hello, konnichiwa, guten Tag, salam. This is my first installment of the A to Z God Guides. Starting earlier than I would do normally, just so I can get a couple of things out of the way. The first thing, which be easy to do. Achilles is the first god. Or do I do Morgan? No, I'll do Achilles. I'll leave Morgan for later. So, Achilles, first things first, during this entire A to Z God Guide, I will not be doing build recommendations or relic recommendations or anything like that. I'm just going to go in depth, well not in depth, but strictly talk about the God's Kit. How to use the God's Kit, and how to get the most value out of the character. It's just because, as of currently 8.7, mid-season patch, boots have been removed from the game. And the next 3 to 4 weeks for every player in Smite is going to be just pure experimentation. So I wouldn't recommend the build that I would run because you might have more success with a different build. You might have less success with a different build. It's pure.
You think they'll put up a good fight?
No one knows the optimal build pass anymore with boots around the game. So my advice is just experiment with the characters. Go build. The build feels right. If you feel like you had a lot of impact on a game with a certain build, then you can go that build.
I be more agile against these enemies.
So, Achilles is a extremely early pressure focused warrior. He excels at fighting in lane, and when I go over the abilities, you'll understand why. So, first of all, because he's passive, pretty simple. You'll see I have these. I'm taking my shirt off. I'm doing it Aniki style. This is two forms of Achilles. He either has his unarmored stance or his armored stance. Unarmored stance will grant the player bonus physical power and movement speed, and the armored stance will grant the player bonus health and bonus protections. My recommendation for using this passive most effectively is always use the unarmored stance when in lane, and use the armored stance when you are rotating out to team fights. The reason being is that you want the extra power in lane, and you want the extra tankiness in team fights to be able to be an effective wall for their carries. Believe it or not, the armored stance, the extra health and protections does go a long way. 45 protections for free is pretty nice. It's basically a second item, and 325 health is, in my opinion, pretty absurd. One of the most underlooked at, underappreciated aspects of Achilles' kit.
I need to be more agile against these enemies.
First ability is a shield strike. This is an ability that deals damage to all enemies in this cone. Enemies. Wait, let me go and reduce my cooldowns real quick so I can show this off. Well, oh, there it is. So enemies that are in the outer circle or the outer cone will take just flat damage. Any enemy, all enemies caught in the inner cone, a little bluish sort of cone, will be stunned and take additional damage. So realistically, the best way to use this ability is to get right up in someone's face and smack them with the one. You want to try and get the stun as much as possible. The only time I would recommend not going for the stun is if there's a low health target quite far back and you can finish them off with just the damage from the outer cone. Otherwise, I'd always recommend just going for the one up close. Achilles 2 is a self buff. This is, in my opinion, by far Achilles' best ability. You pop this and you gain this little aura. This aura will give Achilles increased physical power. You see. Increased protections, and any god I hit with an ability provide a heal. This procs on, I believe, all of his abilities. So my advice for this ability, definitely 100%, is to pop this before you fight someone, be it the enemy solo laner in lane or be it the enemy carries. Just always pop this. There's no reason not to. It gives you a nice bit of power to help box enemies, protections to take some more damage, and the heal to sustain through a fight. Always have this ability up when you're engaging on someone. The third ability is a short range dash. You dash a little bit, you gain this little targeter, and you thrust at the sword in a very short line in front of you. The cool thing about this ability is that if this ability makes contact with an enemy god, if this ability makes contact with an enemy god, you'll gain a second charge to use it again. This is actually Achilles' best form of lane clear. The way you will want to use this in lane is you dash, hit an enemy god, the wave will group in front of you, you dash again, hit the wave, and then won the wave. That's Achilles' best way to clear the wave. If you're able to hit the enemy god and the enemy minions at the same time, bonus. And especially in the solo lane, that is the jackpot. Hitting the enemy god and the wave is a jackpot, so you can do this, hit god and the wave, do this again, and hit the wave, and then one. Then that should full clear the wave. I recommend leveling the 3 first, by the way. So you can level the 1. It is a more consistent damage, because if you miss this, you're not getting very much damage off of it, and it goes back on cooldown. Whereas this is quite hard to miss. So this is more consistent damage than just this. But just know this just have 2 strikes. Oh. Which you can use however you want. You can use the first dash, oh god, second dash to go backwards. Or you can use this, like I said, to heavily fight opponents, clear waves. It's a very versatile ability. Well, that's definitely my favourite ability on Achilles. The ultimate is a straight little dash, has a little charge up, and you'll clear the enemy god and deal damage. This has CC immunity, meaning that if you get Ares ulted, if you get Daji ulted, if you're about to get Krakened, or Heim ulted, or Danzer ulted, you pop the ultimate, it's pure CC immunity, you'll take damage, you won't get stunned. Which is a very undervalued part of Achilles' ultimate. And just as in general, make sure, don't be afraid to use your crowd control ability or your ultimate abilities with crowd control if you feel like it's going to save your life. The cool thing about Achilles, I'll show it over here. The cool thing about Achilles' is ult, and the most unique aspect of his kit is, let's see, who would be good here? So we have 4 bot. So just get this guy low enough. So when you're playing Achilles, you have this little marker up. This marker means the enemy god is in execute range. So if you hit a enemy god to it, execute them, you'll gain a second charge of the ultimate. This means that theoretically, you're actually able to execute the entire enemy team with your ultimate. The catch-22 to this is that every time Achilles executes an enemy god, he will gain a stacking debuff of 10% increased damage from all sources. So this is minions, gods, Fuego de Gonte, your hospital insurance bill, all of that. You'll take increased damage from everything. And it stacks 10% per execute, so means you execute one target, 10% more damage, execute another target, 20%, 30%, so on and so forth for how many gods you execute in a row. Just be aware of that, because I can definitely get you killed sometimes. 10% increased damage from all sources is a pretty painful debuff to have. It's essentially like you're sundering yourself to trade out for an execute. But like I said, it's theoretically very possible to chain executes and just pentakill the entire enemy team. Now the part that, and I want to keep these god guys short and concise, just have a base relying on the kit and how to use them. One thing I really want to go over Achilles, and I'll go over a few other gods as well, is a mechanic in Smite and many other games known as auto attack cancelling or animation cancelling. This is essentially when you will cancel your auto attack into an ability. This is extremely good on Achilles because he has multiple abilities you can cancel. You can attack cancel. About all his abilities both. Actually, do this. That's an attack cancel. You do this like that. Although you actually do it correctly because you're not stupid. That's no attack cancel, and then you can do that as well, which is also an attack cancel. And I want to kind of show off the main combo of Achilles, using just full auto attack combos. So I'll try and explain this as I go along, but I might stutter myself because I'm a bit stupid. So you want to auto attack 2, auto attack dash cancel that, and then a bit faster than that. You can do it very fast. If I actually kind of focused and did it, I could probably do a lot faster than that. But that's kind of like how you increase the damage. Basically, as soon as that little hit comes out there, you see that little thrust, you can attack cancel it. Also, I didn't mention this can be cancelled, so you can use other abilities and then go back to that ability. So you can do that, do that. This is going to increase your DPS and Achilles a lot. This is one of the main reasons, in my opinion, why people feel weak on Achilles. And it's because of the auto attack cancelling enough. So auto attack cancel literally just means to cancel. You see this little sort of drawback he does with his weapon. You cancel that ability. It just gives you DPS by a little bit. Of course, you're not stupid like I am, and you will actually land the auto cancels. But it's just kind of a general idea. You want to auto attack 2, dash, auto attack that, dash, auto attack that, and then into the ult. That's kind of the combo you want to go for. My advice is always to go for an auto attack before you use the execute, just to ensure they don't heal through the HP threshold of the execute with the HP 5 or healing or anything like that. Yeah, that's going to be my short and concise Achilles guide. Nothing too difficult. This is kind of how his god guides are going to be. I don't want to make my Jingwei guide, which is 40 minutes long. Just a quick 10-minute or so video, just kind of explaining the outlines of the kit, how to be able to use the abilities, auto cancelling, all that kind of stuff where applicable. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope this helped, and have fun.